Hello, my friends. Today I'm really excited to support my girlfriend Kathy. It is her 1 year anniversary for YouTube, and she asked if we wanted to do a hop to celebrate, and of course we said yes. And so I'll leave a link to her channel below. She has unlimited scrappy goodness to scrap about. She has a bunch of grandchildren that are just beautiful, and a passel of her own children, and she's married, and she ends up having the most fun layouts. So you should go check her out. She is the bee's knees. So what I'm going to use today, because it's on my desk, is a bunch of Pink Fresh product. And it's actually product that I have going in my collective series, but it was out today, and I tend to get into kind of a rhythm or on a roll when I am scrapbooking different products. So right now, I guess it's Pink Fresh Day. So the photo I'm going to use is this one right here. This is my oldest daughter, Shay, and she sent me a selfie on the way into work today. She has an internship at a big company locally. So she's wearing it looks mostly blue. Actually, it's white and blue, but it's photographing as very blue. So when I looked at my Pink Fresh product, I saw this piece of paper right here, which is kind of cut up and tortured because I cut out a lot of the blue different sayings and bits from it. And then I have this piece that is right here that looks just like a bunch of stitched lines in different colors. So that's what I'm going to be using. I just have to kind of decide. Ooh, I think I like the peachy pink tones down here because it's bringing out the color. And then I had this cute little frame I found that says just do fun. So I don't know how I'm going to have that. If I'm going to use it, ooh, I kind of like it like this, kind of tucked in where you can see. I did that on the last layout I did with one of these frames too. I really like that they frame it in, but then these stitched pieces, you can tuck your photos underneath them. So that's as much as I know so far. I have these great pieces here that I want to layer down mostly on this side. I have this picture here of her, and that's all I've got. So I'm going to start working and see where this layout takes me. I'm going to fast forward the next bits, and yeah, then I'll come back live at the end. Okay, wish me luck. So I really liked this Pink Fresh Studio frame that I'm using, and it is in the exact kind of that pale denim blue of all of the little fussy cut pieces that I have to the left. I'm just faffing with it a little bit because I wanted to bring up the that little floral piece a little bit to stick Shay's picture in further, and it was adhesed pretty darn well. So I went ahead and stuck my photo under there, and now I'm going to spend quite a bit of time arranging these little fussy cut pieces, and I will pop up just a few of the word sentiments just to give it a little bit of extra dimension. I also decided to go ahead and put my photograph up on some adhesive on one side, fun foam, because I thought it also needed dimension. This is so far quite a basic kind of almost monochromatic layout that will change, but just actually not that much. I just bring in a couple of other colors that end up really just being dependent on the font color that I end up using. So the colors in my daughter's name, her name is Shay, that's going to determine the colors of the elements that I bring out from the rest of my Pink Fresh Studio goodies. I have these really great, they're like epoxy flare. I just think that they are stunning. I wish Pink Fresh would make them in every collection and every color because I really like that little bit of shine that they give. And they also give dimension, but not too much like your typical flare that's like a big chunk on your page. It's really just like a nice chipboard type size of dimension. So I've gone through the ephemera that is in the, oh gosh, it's the Pink Fresh collection where things are not going well. Case of the Blahs. Looking for things that match the colors, and I did find a couple of them that are great. Like this one says attitude changes everything, and the color, if it's not spot on, it's super, super close. So I did that, and then I'm looking for things that are kind of orangey, maybe a little bit of yellow, those kind of tones to bring in additional elements on this page, which basically is just like a giant background page so far. But I like my giant background page so far. And I am replacing a couple of the elements here and there. And like where it says attitude and comfortable in chaos, those are popped up as well, just to give it a little something extra, because this layout doesn't have a huge amount going on. So I'm changing where I put that fun little leatherette banner maybe? I don't know. It's on a bit of a swoosh. And I'm going to put this die cut that's an arrow with some room for journaling right underneath Shay's name. It's going to go ahead and draw the eye yet more towards her photo. Now this little piece that has the 3 hearts on it, that was actually, I cut it off of a little journaling piece because I just needed that bit of black that was on there. And it ended up fitting really nicely within one of my little fussy cut pieces. So I'm bringing black here and there around the page, anything that reminds me of Shay at this point, including this great little zigzag that I think it's All the Feelings, which is great to use about your daughter that you know will be an absolute success in whatever career path she ends up choosing. She's making waves where she is already. So this die cut pack also had these great little floral pieces, and there's not a whole lot of floral in here, but I did like that it softened up. Even though it's in black, does it soften up? I don't know. It gave me a different element next to Shay's photo, and yeah, it's a softer black element, and I did like having just a little something different. Now these are cute. These are 2 little tags that were in this set, and thankfully they weren't blah, they didn't have any blah sentiments on it. And the colors are great to bring a little bit of a black and a really toned down peachy kind of a tone just to the right of her photo. Gives me a nice little spot to write something down. So I've gone ahead and stamped in the date. It was just, a random selfie. It's not that big of a deal, but I tend to enjoy scrapping moments more than big events. So now I'm going to take these enamel dots and fill in the tags with them as opposed to using twine, but I will go ahead and get some baker's twine for that attitude tag up at the top. I use black and white baker's twine up there. So I'm going to do a quick cleanup, and then I have to run downstairs to get the twine. So I wanted to go ahead, I know I was cleaning up there, and then I go ahead and just write in a little bit of journaling on these spots that I have. I think that's kind of fun when your journaling can be broken up. And the pen I use, gosh, it's from Michael's. It's just right next to the checkout, but I like it that it's a nice medium gray. I prefer to write in charcoal or gray as opposed to black because I feel that it's just a little bit softer. I want the photo to be what you really see, not so much my writing unless you're looking for it. So that's the thought process there. All right, so that's about it for this portion. I'm going to go ahead and go live for the next part. All right, my friends, so this one's all finished up. I was really pleased with the way it came out. I was initially planning on just putting the blue fussy cut pieces on this side, but as I was arranging them, they kind of made an entire background on me. Don't really know how that happened. And then when I started looking for words for my title, that's how I ended up bringing the rest of the color scheme in. It looks like I have to adjust this a tiny bit. So I used some words from a different collection and brought them in, or some alphas. And I just spelled out the title being Shay, which is my daughter's name. This wasn't any big giant moment. This was just my daughter on the way to work, and she sent me a little photo. She's either in front of the house, our house, or she's at work. But she was on the way to work. She is doing her internship at a large company locally, and she is loving it. So I hope you like this as much as I do. And congratulations to the lovely Miss Kathy for reaching 1 year on her anniversary. I am hoping to that she enjoys many more years. She is just so talented and such a sweet dear friend. So happy anniversary to you. And as for my channel, come back, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me, and I will be sure to answer them. Bye-bye, friends.